Good afternoon. It is Friday, January 19th, 2024. What do you want most out of life? Good family relationships? The respect of your children and grandchildren? Wealth? Power? Influence? A sense of success? Financial security? What do you want most out of life? You may find that as you age, that desire changes for the things that you want most out of life. James and John, two of the disciples, asked Jesus for a favor. In Mark chapter 10, verses 35 to 40, and I'm reading from the New Living Translation, second edition, it says, "Then James and John, the sons of Zebedee, came over and spoke to him. 'Teacher,' they said, 'we want you to do us a favor.' 'What is your request?' he asked. They replied, 'When you sit on your glorious throne, we want to sit in places of honor next to you, one on your right and the other on your left.' But Jesus said to them, 'You don't know what you're asking. Are you able to drink from the bitter cup of suffering I'm about to drink? Are you able to be baptized with a baptism of suffering that I must be baptized with?' 'Oh, yes,' they replied, 'we are able.' Then Jesus told them, 'You will indeed drink from my bitter cup and be baptized with my baptism of suffering. But I have no right to say who will sit on my right or my left. God has prepared those places for the ones he has chosen.' They came and asked Jesus for a favor. Now, Jesus was not really in the favor granting business. That's not something he did. It was quite presumptuous of them to ask. And he told them right away, 'You have no idea what you're asking for.' That should have put a halt through the brakes real fast. Then he says, 'You don't know the costs.' You see, choices have costs, and the things that you desire have a cost involved. He says, 'You don't know anything about the suffering that I'm about to endure. I've tried to explain it to you, but you haven't caught it. And it's going to be ugly, and are you ready to pay that cost?' And they real piously said, 'Oh, yes, we're able. We're good. We'll be right there with you.'" Don't make promises you have no idea about. They said, "We can endure the suffering." And then as soon as things got really real, they stood a far piece off, is what the scripture says. Yeah, they struggled a bit with that one. And then he told them, God the Father's already decided, and you better trust that his decision is correct, because he's God and we're going to accept his decisions. James and John were put down fairly soundly, but quite nicely in their presumptuous request. But what do you desire? What's most important to you? What do you stay up late night thinking about and hoping for? Good health? Lack of pain? Financial security? A family that loves you and respects you? What is it that you most desire? What choices will you make to achieve that? If you want the love and respect of your family, you have to spend time with them. If you want wealth, you have to work hard to earn it. What choices will you make to gather what you want in life? And what costs are you willing to pay to reach those desires? And where does God fit into the desires of your life? What if your life's goal was to please God the best way that you can, and let everything else fall into place according to pleasing God? James had some strong desires to sit at Jesus' right hand and left hand, to be important in the new kingdom. And Jesus reminded them, you don't get to choose that, but you can choose to to be obedient, to be humble, and to make choices that will help you reach your goals. In 2024, may the choices you make help you reach your heart's desire. And hopefully your heart's desire is one that pleases God as well. God bless you.